Nicolas99FC was in the grand final against him. He was defeated, but that did not stop the Argentine. And here we go. Winners bracket grand final.
Yep, a huge game. And of course, we speak about the times they played against each other, or the one time. What about the time they played with each other? They've, of course, competed at the eClub World Cup, coming out victorious as well in FIFA 19, alongside one another in that huge competition. So they've got the experience of playing against each other and with each other. I think that adds a little, an extra element, in my opinion.
Yeah, it certainly does. They've accomplished so much together. First ever sort of Club World Cup duo champion, and here we go against each other to guarantee a top 2 spot, to guarantee $50,000 in the bank account, and a shot at becoming the 2022 eChampions League winner. It's going to be Tekkz from left to right in the red strip, and Nicolas from right to left, all in white. Early indications showing Tekkz is going to be calm, he's going to be composed, and he's going to try and pick away at this Nicolas defence.
I think for Nicolas as well, as we see at the personnel choice with the foot items, he's using Cruyff as one of his icons, and is of course opting for Cristiano Ronaldo's Champions League item in at the back post. We've seen him with the crosses. He scored one already today as Tekkz builds up.
Could be a chance actually for Tekkz. Reversal has to go inside the box. Pele looking for that extra pass. It's synonymous with FIFA eSports at the moment, and I don't think a lot of people do it better than Tekkz.
No, yeah.
At getting that ball into the extra man and then the simple shot away.
Yeah, the thing is, it's such an ordinary thing you would expect someone to do, the extra pass, but an ordinary player would potentially go for the shot that would get blocked, or the keeper would save it. But someone that's otherworldly, I'd say, is Tekkz. He chooses the right option at the right times, and that's a key testament right there with that step across from Marquinhos to retrieve possession. It's
an ordinary move made extraordinary by Tekkz.
Yeah, genuinely. He makes everything look good, though. Like Ronaldinho,
no simple.
one.
Makes it
it's very
as well.
simple.
Yeah.
Even with the person, nobody thought of using Ronaldinho. It was either Pele, R9, Hullet, maybe Cruyff, but those were the
Vieira,
four. Vieira, maybe. Ronaldinho
yeah.
was never in anyone's thought process, but he just makes everything look good. And he's a fantastic player who's deserved his success over the years as well. And people have doubted him, which is the craziest thing of all time. Like, I can't believe you could even doubt someone with that stature. We see potential chance from Nicolas here.
Mahrez across goal, Schmeichel with a good save. It's going to be headed away from Marquinhos. So we were talking all about Tekkz, but Nicolas is right in this game. Little ball slipped down the right-hand side. Shot across goal. Maybe was looking, Tekkz probably thinking he's going to cut this back. He's going to look for a cutback pass. He's taking the shot. Very confident is Nicolas.
Yep, he does the unexpected, Nicolas, in terms of his build-up play, his personnel, his formations. Even last year, we saw a lot of players opting to use a set formation and set style. He was using the 4-5-1. 4-5-1.
3 centimetres, make it compact, make it hard to play against. What a save from Edwin van der Sar.
What a save. I thought that went in. I thought that was almost certainly going to be a goal there from Tekkz to break the deadlock. As we see, he's still got the corner, but it's a great tackle there from Nicolas to retrieve possession, almost giving it away instantly. But he's calm, he's composed, he's assertive, and he switches to play. And
if you're a neutral right now, this is everything that you want from this game. Played at a high tempo, both players going back and forth, creating chances, forcing extraordinary saves from the goalkeeper on both sides. As Nicolas comes forward again here, Riyad Mahrez seems to be his Tekkz in that right-hand side of the pitch. Let's get the ball back.
Just watch out for CR7 just wandering there in the box. Just keep an eye out for him throughout this game.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
That's something that he's going to keep watching on for. But speaking about the 4-5-1, though, that is a very obscure choice. Again, he's used it this year as well. He's had success with it. He's used the 4-3-2-1. He's used the 4-1-4-1. He's used so many different formations as Tekkz breaks through.
Ronaldinho deep inside the box, looking for the cutback. Cuadrado just about does enough to send it home to Edwin van der Sar. 30 minutes gone, and Tekkz has been in 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah, both of these, there's been good chances for both of these players, but as you said briefly earlier on, we want to see this. We want to see end-to-end between these two players. We know what they're capable of going forward. Defensively as well, defensively astute. I think Gravison mentioned it earlier with Tekkz. It goes under the radar how good Tekkz is at defending. For me, that's his key point. He's one of the best defenders to come up against. He makes the pitch feel small. Feels like there's nowhere to go.
It was just sort of during like the FIFA 19 season where it was so good offensively, but defensively he got so much better. He learned how to control the game, the tempo of the match, not allowing your opponent to play. when he can press almost better than anybody else.
Exactly, that's the thing, and he's fantastic with it, but also the mentality, he's very, very disciplined. He knows what it takes to win. You can see that from the trophies he's lifted, the accolades he has behind his name as Nicolas builds up here. The run from Ruud Gullit potentially could be on there, but Tekkz has done his research. I saw a little player change there to try and block it.
João Cancelo coming into the penalty box now. Kyle Walker across, Johan Cruyff moves it onto R9. Great turn, Schmeichel spreads himself so well, covering most of the goal and keeps it 0-0.
Oh, that's a big save. I don't think he anticipated having that much space for the turn. Maybe even the pass was for the player just in front of R9 Ronaldo, but he tried to take it on his right foot, turning out. But maybe if he turned in, he could have found the back of the net. But the last few minutes of this first half, I was going to say there, maybe Tekkz opts to keep the ball.
I think you jinxed him.
I always. There's no
walking jinx,
genuinely a walking jinx.
Well, the final chance will fall to the Argentine in Nicolas. CR7 down this left-hand side. He gets dispossessed.
You jinxed it there. There we go.
The referee going to play any extra time? He's not, and that will do us for the first half of play. 0-0 in the Champions League winners bracket final between Fnatic Tekkz and Guild Nicolas99FC, but it's been very, very entertaining for a 0-0 so far.
Yep, it really has. You can see Nicolas getting words of wisdom from his coach over his shoulder. He has a little notepad out as well. I find that remarkable how much FIFA eSports has come on. Genuinely, from the days when I came into the scene, back when dinosaurs were roaming about, no one has notepads. No one had coaches behind them.
You had a Triceratops in the corner. Never mind a notepad.
Yeah, the thing is, it goes to show how in-depth it's come. The scene has come a long way. You have this FIFA, especially variations of formations, of tactics, of ways to nullify your opponent. It's come miles.
Do you think back in sort of when you were playing FIFA 17, FIFA 18, even into FIFA 19, we didn't see that variation in formation? It was very much you either play a 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2 potentially, but a lot of it was 4-2-3-1.
Yep.
When we saw someone play differently, it was, oh, what are you doing? You're stepping outside the box a little bit. Now, we've seen 3 backs, we've seen 5 backs, we've seen 4-3-2-1, 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, sort of being phased out. It's old news.
I think that's for me, it's sort of refreshing. I know a lot of pro players in the scene, they might think otherwise, but just being able to, you don't have to play one way. You can play several different ways. You can use several different players to have success, as we were speaking about, even the 4-5-1. Back in the day, you would never see it. Maybe down in Division 7 where you're roaming around, you see a few 4-5-1s, but in the main esports scene, you would never see that. Never.
We're back underway. Nicolas from left to right in that white strip. Looking to open the deadlock here. Johan Cruyff looking to slip it down the left-hand side of the pitch. Juan Cuadrado, but defensively, both players being very astute in their observations so far. I wasn't expecting this to be a blowout.
No.
A tightly contested match is what this had written all over it, and so far it's lived up to estimation.
I've let myself down here. I meant to ask you for your prediction at the start of the game, but it's still 0-0, so I'm going to say it's okay. What is your prediction for this matchup?
Got a chance here for Tekkz, looking to build. Penalties. I don't know who's going to win. It's going to go to pens.
The thing is, with Nicolas, it's remarkable watching him throughout the years. It seems as if he takes part in games that are 50-50 more often than not. But the craziest thing is,
always comes out on top.
I don't understand. I would love to see his success rate in games that have gone to penalties, have been by 1 goal.
I'd also love to see, I'll have to go back, do some research, all his knockout matches in tournaments, his win percentage.
Oh, yeah.
And Tekkz as well, for that matter, because they don't lose a lot of knockout games. Chance here for Tekkz, whipping it into that back post. Ronaldinho gets up. Edwin van der Sar with a great save.
It's a huge save there. I didn't anticipate Ronaldinho winning a header at the back post. He's normally renowned for his flair in possession. Very rarely his aerial opportunities. You see, I saw the run from Renato there. That could have been played from Nicolas, but he plays it inwards there, and it was Renato for Tekkz to intercept it in the middle of the park.
Chances starting to fall here for both players. in this winners bracket final. Beautiful feet from Pele, slides it into Ronaldinho, Elastico, ball roll, step overs. Just about does enough defensively.
He's warming up. Tekkz is warming up. Genuinely, I always say this every time I have the pleasure to commentate over a game where Tekkz is playing, is that it's petrifying when he slows down and stands still. Oh my, you don't know what he's doing. Elastico, reverse elastico, sombrero flick, rainbow flick, lateral heels, anything he could pull out of his locker, and he's got the repertoire. He's got it in his skill set to be able to pull out any skill move. So we saw another pass there that could have been played, but...
Slight offside trap.
Yeah.
The player's pushed up. Maybe on another day you might be able to slide that down inside right channel, not on this occasion, as a Nicolas99FC right there. I wouldn't say bewildered, maybe just... I mean, both players look relatively composed,
yeah,
I would say, at the moment on the stage.
Yeah, I'd say they're very calm players. They've been in latter stage of tournaments. They've won tournaments before in person, and so they know what it takes. And I think it's just something that becomes natural to them. Playing in front of an audience, in front of cameras, the camera crew around you, you've got your opponent directly in front of you. It may seem foreign to players that have never experienced it before, of course, but for these players...
They prefer playing here rather than backstage?
Oh, 100%.
They prefer being on the main stage,
because
with
even
the
behind
lights
the
and the
stage,
cameras.
don't get me wrong, you're in person, but you'd want to see your opponent and know that you're on the biggest stage. Everyone's watching you play.
I feel like a few mind games come out from you, Ryan.
Yeah, without doubt.
You like knowing that you're inflicting.
Yeah, but you just have to... That's what we always speak about. The skill is very important in esports. You have to be at the highest level in terms of your skill to compete for these prizes and tournaments, but the mentality is tremendously important, as we see Tekkz retrieve possession towards the byline as he turns back now.
High up the pitch there, Tekkz winning it back, plays it into Renato Sanchez, R9 Ronaldo, into Mahrez! He slots it into the bottom right corner. As he runs away in celebration, it was all about the win of possession in the top right corner. Yeah,
not even a flinch there from Tekkz as he plays the ball into the box. A few extra passes into Riyad Mahrez on his right foot. Of course, 4-star weak foot on that foot item. Again, that mistake, though, you wouldn't really associate Nicolas with making too many errors, especially in his own half towards this corner. Did that stem from a throw-on?
It's an unforced error.
Yes, an unforced error there, which... He has paid the almighty price in conceding a goal against Tekkz now, and it remains to be seen, can he bounce back to try and get another, or will Tekkz sit on this 1-goal lead for the rest of this half?
Or will he look to step on the gas and think he's making mistakes? This isn't what you just typically associate with Nicolas. I can get a second here. I can put this game out of reach. Referee does play advantage, and we will carry on here. 12 minutes left of regulation time in this first leg. Sadio Mane brought off the bench. La Croqueta into R9. Extra passes there. Vinny Jr. slots it in.
It's beautiful. It's a little fist bump with his Colts there. It's fantastic play. Building up on the byline with Cuadrado was phenomenal there. He took his time. He waited until the pass was perfectly open for him to play it in towards the box, to pass across, and the extra pass to Vinny. It's sublime. So
for everyone watching at home, why the little sort of La Croqueta just before?
The La Croqueta pass, just to potentially prevent an interception. I think it's necessary. There are some occasions where some players overplay it, but you do it just to make sure that if the pass is played initially, it could be blocked. So just to get that extra angle there to play it across goal, and that is exactly what he done. Responded straight away from that kickoff is exactly what he needed to do.
Perfect response from Nicolas here. Truly fabulous game of FIFA we are watching right now on the main stage here, live in Stockholm, the eChampions League. We're in the final stages. 4 players remain. Matthias Bonanno and Roy Feldman down in that losers bracket. We'll be playing the loser of this matchup right now. I know there's a few permutations still floating around for the playoffs for people watching from home. They'll have eagle eyes on all the matchups. Still so much FIFA left to play here to see who guarantees a grand final spot. And that winner's bracket advantage that we can't underestimate at all.
For me, that's the biggest part. Irrespective of the guaranteed prize money, so a player lock here from Nicolas didn't end up leading to anything but just having that sort of safety blanket, that cushion, that if you do end up losing in the grand final, you have to lose twice. See, another corner lock again. Oh my God.
What a corner. He played it onto the edge, he player locked, and then player locked back onto the Vinicius Jr. for the AI to knock the head down to him. Mechanically, how impressive is that?
Oh, it's incredibly difficult, of course. It's something that we've seen him score from earlier today against It was a goal to seal the deal, I would say, to give him that extra lead in that matchup. But it's very difficult to mark because when you have Rudhuller in the box there, aerially, his stature in game, he's dominant in the air. So you leave it to the AI just to flick it down and an easy finish. But what a block as well there from Cancelo on the line.
Right place, right time for João Cancelo and for Tekkz as well to clear that off underneath his own crossbar. Are we going to see a variation of it here from Nicolas? He goes for it again, Rudhuller. He's flicked it down again. It's a beautiful corner. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Wow.
You can't defend it. Ryan's applauding here in the commentary booth.
Do you know what's the most impressive thing for that? Is that how has he player locked it that quickly from skipping the play? No, that is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's a corner variation that, again, you'd hate to concede it, but you know you've worked on that.
There used to be sort of a bit of a FIFA joke about having to do sort of low-driven shots and being an octopus.
Yeah, that is seriously
from Nicolas right now.
That's very difficult because, again, he changed the corner taker, clicked down the button to player lock, flicked it,
and then
moved him and crossed. Yeah, you're having a laugh. There is no way. That's unbelievable.
The difference between this level and people
at home. Yeah, genuinely, it separates him from one of the best players again because it's a variation. Tekkz can't do anything.
You can't bring the keeper.
You can't win the header, number one. So like, what Tekkz done actually sort of a good job to try and stop it because when the ball was played in, he sort of brought his keeper out to try and close the angle. As we see, he could get a response here.
Still
Gareth Bale at the back post.
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Rash clearance though. There's still one more chance here for Tekkz.
Let's see what he can do with it. Throw inbound to Renato Sanchez. Gareth Bale slides it into Pele. Cuts back to Gareth Bale. Heel to heel inside the box. Looking to twist and turn. If it goes out, it's going to be a goal kick, I think. And that will do us for the first half of FIFA. It's must-see FIFA action here at the eChampions League. You cannot take your eyes off this for 1 second. Tekkz exits the stage to the left for a...
Tekkz taking the lead. But I'm still starstruck over the corner technique there from Nicolas. It's not per se the technique to do it, the player lock-in. It's just the fact he's done it that quickly is incredible.
As we are back underway, Nicolas from left to right in that white strip. And Tekkz in the Fnatic home kit from right to left. Marcus Llorente in the middle of the pack for Tekkz. First goal is everything in this second leg. I think if Nicolas gets it, 2-goal cushion with how good defending he is. Oh, what's happened there? He's offside.
Just offside. I was going to say, I thought he might have gone behind slightly too quickly there. The cut back into the cross, but watch out. I told you, Cristiano Ronaldo on this pitch.
You warned us all.
Just watch him throughout the whole game. Just keep your eyes on him. He doesn't play the full 90 for Nicolas. He plays about 60 minutes, 7. That's enough. Just one cross. That's all it takes.
Schmeichel's looked a little bit...
Oh, he's been ropey, but again, I don't know
shaky.
Who'd put him in. We saw what Van der Sar done for Matthias earlier. He can't step in either. You might have to step in, I'll be honest. I don't know who goes...
Get checking. Get Petter in. Petter can come and do a good job. It's Van der Sar for Nicolas, for those curious at home. Kyle Walker into Marcus Llorente. Ronaldinho looking to twist and turn. Can he offload it into Mahrez on his right foot? Marquinhos does well.
It's beautiful dribbling there. They're twisting and turning, but he's just done too much there. But again, I didn't think he anticipated it having that much space to turn into initially.
Is Nicolas defending those extra passes a little bit differently? He's sort of giving the space and
it's
then
weird.
quickly
and then he's snapping on him straight away. Maybe that's something that he's spoke with his coach about again before.
Or can he just not get near him?
Yeah.
He's dribbling
either one is one of the two. But we spoke earlier. You mentioned how he's been reviewing VODs about Tekkz's gameplay, how he builds up with his attacks, and we know Tekkz throughout the years builds up on the byline, creates those triangles traditionally in his formations, whether it's the right DM to the right attacking mid to the right striker in the 4-2-2. In this sense, he builds up towards the byline, and the moment he gets there, he aims to get the pass across the goal. Get the extra pass again, but it's just not worked out in that sense for him.
And he can almost lull his opponents into a pedestrian state.
Yeah.
And then he accelerates so quickly in the final third.
And you just don't know what to do. We saw with Predator FIFA earlier. He's a fantastic player, but
does he go down the byline, reverse elastico inside? It's so hard to defend. But Nicolas has done well so far.
As we said, it's the easy things he makes look. Do I even call it easy things? It's just a pass. You would think, all right, I'm at home, I just play the extra pass, but it's the dribbling as well, knowing which way to turn, the skill moves to execute.
And the pressure of the situation.
Yeah.
You win this game, you're guaranteed $50,000.
It's unbelievable. See, Nicolas just still going forward, but dying the clock down. I've actually jinxed it again. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say anything again when it comes to that. But again, this first 25 minutes, he's done well just to recycle possession and not try to trigger too many runs or bomb too many bodies forward.
Could be a chance here for Tekkz. You talked about those triangles and where he can accelerate and explode into the box. Renato Sanchez.
Yeah, right here.
Sliding it into Pele. Maybe look to offload it, roulette into the defender. A couple of bodies across there to try and dispossess Pele. Kyle Walker, maybe not the cleanest of dribblers. Nicolas once again defends well. For Nicolas, you talk about a game plan or even sort of a mental game plan. Get into half-time, get to the 60th minute, force the changes from Tekkz, force the extra bodies up the pitch, and maybe look to counter-attack and kill him on the break.
Yeah, I think that is the key game plan here. His coach should be telling him is that if you can just keep this game with this same scoreline for the next 30 minutes, Tekkz has to change something. He has to push forward. A few more bodies contributing to the attack, of course, leads to a few more gaps in defence. But that's easier said than done as Tekkz builds up here.
Ronaldinho offloads to Pele. Oh, the extra pass back to R9.
It was there. The one time you'd expect Tekkz to play it. There could be a ball over the top as well.
And Ronaldo. One-on-one against Marquinhos. Black shirts running back. Beautiful from Nicolas with R9. Just about does enough defensively, does Tekkz.
Oh, I thought that would have been one of the great goals in the eChampions League. The shot cancel, the skill moves there. Waiting and biding his time. There was no one up there for support, but he couldn't get it in his stride. And it's end-to-end FIFA here as Ronaldinho for Tekkz builds up towards the byline.
It's a very, very good defensive game. I think the first half of the first leg, it was very offensive.
Yeah.
We had shots, we had chance creation, and we had probably a positive XG. Right now, defensively, both players are just standing strong. I say that, and Pele, Elastico's inside the box.
It's good. It's great defending, I'll be honest.
Still on, though. Don't count Tekkz out yet. Marcus Llorente fires it into Renato Sanchez, and now we can praise the defensive prowess of Nicolas99FC.
Do you know what it is? It's as you said, he's not... It's like he's kind of allowing the extra pass there, but then as soon as you think you're going to play, boom, onto you straight away.
Clenches it.
Yep, clenches it, and he doesn't allow you any room to breathe, because once you step in there, and of course, you do potentially run the risk of giving away a penalty. That is another option, having to tackle in the box there. You may get, he got a red card earlier on against Umut.
Yeah.
But he defended spectacularly in that game. To only come out of that first leg with a 1-goal deficit,
impressive.
It won him the game, genuinely, because that could have gone another player. They could lose that game 2-3, 4-0, and it's game done based on that red card. But he kept himself in it, and we're hoping he can see this last attack out from Tekkz.
Final chance of this half. Marcus Llorente, cricketer into R9. Just can't quite get away from the defender. That's a mistake at the back for Nicolas. R9 looks to latch onto the pass, and Hullet says, have it. Get that out of play. Get me into half-time.
Yes, we got into half-time, of course. 0-0 in the second leg. 2-1 up for Nicolas against Tekkz on aggregate. It's been an astute defensive performance from Nicolas, but again, there have been some slight errors, you'd say, defensively, giving away the ball, but he hasn't created not a shot in this second leg. But again, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to score.
59% possession, I'm hearing, for Tekkz in that first 45 minutes of play. Nico's defending very well, though, and Is that something to do with his formation potentially as well?
Yeah, he's
Nicolas
opted to
is using?
something. He's opted to something he's been comfortable. I always spoke about the variations that Nicolas opts to use throughout the years, but a 4-2-3-1 is sort of the go-to defensive formation. It's structured. You know where your players are going to be. You've got the two defensive midfielders just in front of your back four, and of course, you can set your attacking midfielders to come back and support you defensively. So he'll be hoping, again, if he can just see out 20, 15 more minutes, 20 minutes, he knows Tekkz is going to pause it, maybe change formation, maybe have someone go forward a little higher up the pitch to leave a gap in behind, a fullback potentially, and he can exploit it.
I mean, just look at this. Tekkz against Nicolas on a main stage, live on LAN.
Yep, years. It's been a long time coming, and a long time coming for Nicolas to try and get his revenge after, of course, losing in Barcelona in FIFA 18 at an event. He would have backed himself to end up becoming victorious, but it wasn't meant to be. And of course, that was the tournament that put Tekkz on the map. That was the year, not even the year, the tournament where it was his breakthrough tournament where he ended up,
he broke through the stratosphere,
being victorious. The skill moves on display, the performance.
And I know you even talk about it to this day. Could have been Ryan Pessoa.
Yeah, I played Tekkz in that game. It was a close game. Could have gone either way. Maybe I'm biased in it.
You thought you should have got something out of that game.
Yeah, David De Gea again. I've seen robberies in my time, as we see there. That could have been another. But to this day,
It's right up there.
Tekkz should still be behind bars. He's here today, and that is exactly what matters. And he'll be hoping that the last 40 minutes potentially, that's offside there from. Oh,
He's
maybe
on.
not.
CR7. He's broke the offside trap. And Ronaldo. Oh, cuts it back to Ronaldo. His counterpart, Cristiano, offloads it to Ronaldo. What a save from Schmeichel.
Wow, what a save there. You thought you overplayed the first attempt. Builds it back into the box there for another extra pass. Maybe you could say take it first time. Maybe.
What a save.
But wow, incredible from Schmeichel, incredible.
Starfish.
Yeah.
And now, if you talk about a confidence builder, that is exactly it for Tekkz. You go, look, my keeper's performing like that.
It's a huge confidence booster because, again, it gives you that glimmer of hope. If you can get a goal here from this corner. It's great defending there from Nicolas with Kimpembe to get it out.
Doesn't have too many bodies flying forward, though, the Argentine. Looks for a slightly slower approach here. What a save. We're going to see that in compilations.
Yeah, it's a key moment in this matchup.
It could be where the game swings.
Yep.
We'll have to wait and see. 30 minutes left to play in this pivotal winners bracket matchup.
These are the moments I was speaking about, just dying the clock down at this moment now because I've done it again. I've actually done, okay, genuinely I'm not going to mention it again, but if he gets possession again for Nicolas, he knows that Tekkz is going to cue a pause. He's going to have to change something. He's going to have to go a little bit more attacking because there won't be too long left now for him to try and get that equaliser.
Marcus Llorente. And Ronaldo picking up possession.
I've noticed something there. I've been paying attention to the way Nicolas is defending. He's backing off initially when he switches and then stepping in, back, jumping in.
For the pass.
For the pass. Just because it looks as if the pass is open, but because he's already controlling the player to move him back just one step, it's not as if he's committed completely. He knows what he wants to do, but he's taken a step back, made Tekkz think the pass is on, and then he's just bit and just gone in for the tackle. And again, it's worked phenomenally well in this game. There's a fantastic tackle there from Tekkz there with Kyle Walker to try and push forward and get a goal.
This game is on a knife edge right now. As Fnatic Tekkz streams forward. Pele, Kimpembe comes across. The ball will fall to Ronaldinho. Elastico looking for that dink into the box. Cancelo defends well. And the black shirts pressing high up the pitch. Will there be space in behind for Nicolas to potentially exploit?
Not
on this occasion.
Can he keep that in possession? I think that is going to be, I wonder whose possession that is. That could even be Tekksz's, but the pause has been cued. So we're going to be fortunate enough to see a replay of that fantastic save there, the build-up. This pass here, I thought as if he overplayed it, but the twisting, the turning, the extra pass hit, maybe first time across goal there, but it's hard to say. But what a save, Richard.
It's a
what
ridiculous
a save
from Schmeichel.
It's unbelievable.
I think the quickness that he's got down, for me, to be able to get himself down so quickly. And it's not a bronze player who's shooting. It's R9 Ronaldo.
It's a big save in a big game. 20 minutes to go, of course, between Fnatic's Tekkz and Guild's Nicolas99. You honestly can't really call it. You'd, of course, I was going to say you could expect Nicolas to see out, but you can't expect that. When you're up against Tekkz can score 3 goals, bang, 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 just like that. It could be game over, just like that. He's very, very efficient in front of goal, albeit he's behind and he hasn't been in this leg, but he's proven it over the years.
We're in the perfect position to see you through this final 17 minutes. Will it swing Nicolas's way? Will he hold on or will Tekkz fire back? Nicolas has got runners at the back post. Vinicius Jr. floats it in. Ronaldo wins it. Schmeichel. Gotta ask questions. The amazement, I would say, from Nicolas. I think he expected the goalkeeper to collect.
Yeah, you'd expect the goalkeeper to get it in his grasp, but it's a great goal there, or great counter-attack, I should say, from Nicolas. He made the counter-attack count. I'll be honest, I think that pass might have been aimed towards the back post. That's 100%. Where I would have, that's where I would aim it. That's where you'd think he has aimed it. Mane, we've seen him score a green-timed header earlier on today, but 3 goals to 1 now, 15 minutes to go. You think this could be all ends up unless Tekkz can respond.
It's going to fall for a goal kick. Another pause coming in here from Tekkz, and maybe one final roll of the dice for Tekkz. Let's have a look at that goal, Ryan, and talk me through it, because I want to pick your brains on something. The goalkeeper actual positioning is a little bit weird to me. He sort of moves to the near post and then doesn't get across.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a movement from Tekkz. I'm not too sure if he's done that. If he has, I'm not sure why. Maybe he anticipated. It's like trying to be in your opponent's mind too much. He might think, okay, the most obvious thing is to move my keeper across to block the cross. That means that Nicolas might actually shoot near post. We've seen Nicolas score goals like that before. So maybe that's in his head, but I'm
still furious with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, the keeper's got to claim that. As we see, this could still be onside here. Another option for Nicolas to get another. Mane's in at the near post. Schmeichel comes out. Shot cancel.
Just like that.
Yeah.
That's why you can't leave that near post open, because Nicolas will take it if he sees the opportunity. Maybe one chance squandered there.
I think the shot cancel wasn't necessary. I think he overplayed it slightly. He still took the shot almost instantly, but Tekkz gives away possession here.
He's having to force it.
Yeah, he doesn't have any option. It's just trying to push forward as Nicolas. Can he make it count this time to make it number 4? He does, and it will be Nicolas advancing into the grand final. Johan Cruyff, 4 goals to 1. Tekkz will be dropping into the lower bracket, of course. Still in the tournament is key to mention, but Nicolas will be advancing into that grand final spot where he is a step closer to be crowned the eChampions League 2022 champion, of course.
What a performance.
It's been incredible. He's turned it around. You have to mention, he was losing.
Yep.
He was 1-0 down from Tekkz, and to bounce back in that quick fashion is remarkable.
Just and defensively.
Yeah.
He's just been equal. Yes, there could be a couple of opportunities where Tekkz or another day does score, he gets the cut back, he plays the extra pass, he gets the shot away. But I would say for the lion's share of the game, Nicolas defensively has been nearly perfect.
Yeah, it's been incredible. Like I said, you have to give testament to, of course, Nicolas, but his coach behind him. They've done an incredible job in terms of researching Tekkz's game style, researching the most effective ways that Tekkz has been scoring his goals and nullifying it. He's done incredibly well here. But for Tekkz, again, he has the opportunity to bounce back in the loser bracket, and he's got the ability to do so.
And he'll be facing 2 players. One of 2 players who he's very familiar with.
Yep,
Roy Feldman, who we beat on this stage here, or Mateus Bonanno, who he seems to be battling every other week at the moment.
Yeah, and it was, of course, another fantastic save from Schmeichel in that game against Roy Feldman. That game was really close. It could have gone either way. Some may argue Roy was even the better player, as we see the end of this massive game between 2 juggernauts in the scene.
Nicolas99FC progresses into your grand final. Not a lot of reaction from the Argentine, a lot of mutual respect on the stage between these 2 behemoths in the FIFA eSports landscape. Guild Nicolas99FC with a truly remarkable performance. One of the best performances I've seen from the Argentine in a very long time. Defensively perfect, took his chances when he needed to in the final third, and Fnatic Tekkz drops down to the losers bracket final. Guaranteed top 3 still because